Theta, the spur controls everything. The conversation is dominated by the spur. Over the next 2 hours or however long they stay sober, you will lose intelligence. Enjoy Theta Thursday. Your hosts, Dawn and Rhea, Maffoon, and some shitty guests.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Theta Thursday. And I completely forgot to hide the Vegas picture because that's not until a little bit later.
So this is I'm Greg. That's Dirk.
So that's always fun.
That's Mafune's. Hang on, Mafune's down there.
Hi.
Don's over there. Dirk's up there. Oh, I pointed the wrong way.
And at this point, we're all talking over Mafune because he just loves that idea.
My goodness, I can't take you guys anywhere.
We got a hell of a show tonight, don't we, Dirk?
By the way, I hung out with so pleb for a while. In Vegas.
How did that go?
He was very nice, but everyone seemed offended that I don't remember anybody's names. I'm like, listen, if I don't talk to you every 10 minutes in Theta, I probably won't remember your name, so don't feel bad. And then Zarn was there too, so a lot of people in chat were in Vegas with us. But welcome everybody. We're gonna just try to dive right into some Eve news, some bitching at CCP, like always, making fun of somebody / consoling them for their loss.
I have a question before we get started.
Vegas pictures.
Have you guys fully recovered from the adventure that was Las Vegas, Nevada?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think it's been almost a week. I'm good.
Well, I got home on Tuesday because my plane got totally fucked up on my way home, of which I absolutely hated it.
Now, was any of that your fault, Mafune? Did you?
No, some weather event between Vegas and the East Coast. There was some storm or whatever that was in the flight path.
Stories.
So they were like, oh my god. We're thinking about canceling your flight, and it's like, okay, great, but you already delayed it by 6.5 hours. Pretty much.
And in the future, Mafune, I'm going to help you out a little bit. You get $100 bill and palm the pilot, give it to the pilot, and say, "Dude, fucking give her." And he'll do it. He'll fly right through that. It's understandable. No problem.
That's not quite how that would work.
Oh yeah, totally is.
But
Mifune has that money. Mifune has that much money for a tip.
Something
I
imagine.
Job.
I have a decent job.
To your fucking destination.
But
Mifune, think outside the box, kid. Come on.
I mean, $100 for a pilot tip is a lot.
That is a lot.
Not with how much we were throwing down in Vegas. Let me tell you.
You could have given some.
Our dinner was $1,800.
Whoa, for one person? Dawn, that's a lot of food.
No, not for one. That was for 15 people. But still, it was pretty pricey, I'm sure. And we didn't even drink a ton of stuff. That was just food and one bottle of dessert wine.
What was the drink of choice? I hear that there may have been a special drink that Kunmi discovered.
Well, do we want to hold on? Do we want to get into all the Vegas stuff first, or do we want to?
I say let's get into the Vegas stuff first.
All right, let's get into the Vegas stuff
Vegas
first.
is what everyone's here for.
Dirk knows a little too because he was involved in some of the planning, and
I heard some very good things
heard
about
a lot of
blue
good stories.
balls.
Yes, so let's get into it now because I think a lot of people heard this. In Vegas, we over the Imperium, and most everybody that went to Vegas, even non-Imperium people, stayed at the Circa or one of the hotels near the Circa, which is up on Fremont Street. It's really, really new. It has the neon sign that was originally on Fremont Street. You know the cowgirl that's got the leg going up and down?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that used to be from a gentleman's club, but that gentleman's club closed down in 2019. So the Circa bought, right? Yeah. So the Circa bought the sign from a graveyard or a boneyard and restored her and put her in the center of the hotel. So she's so the bar is called Vicky's and she's right outside. So I'm assuming the sign's called Vicky. And so we were like, okay, we'll just meet here and hang out. It's a nice little raised bar area. And that just kind of became Goon Base 1. That's where everybody came to, like, if we were going to meet up anywhere, we'd go there. Or if you wanted to get a drink, you just went down there. The bartenders were fantastic. The wait staff was relatively friendly. It wasn't until like the last day, like Saturday night / Sunday, that they started getting a little bitchy.
But you guys enjoy it. Sounds like you guys enjoyed Circa. Why don't you drop a link to Circa in chat there?
Because they're not paying me to do that.
No, but maybe you get a fucking discount next time. Come on.
No, that's only if Hyperbay. Anyways, we'll look at that. But the Circa was really nice. They have so the big thing though is everyone was just ordering drinks. My drink of choice is bourbon and Coke. But there was one thing.
Bad drink.
Shut up. I love it. And a lot of people in chat love it too. But there was a drink. Someone started walking around with it. And it's this light blue, cloudy, creamy looking drink in a almost perfectly round glass. With a mint sprig in it.
Recipe for it somewhere. Give me 2 seconds.
The drink's original name is called Cool Rummings. But it looks like a blue ball. So we all started calling it. None of us knew what it was called. So we just said, I want the blue thing. Can you get me some blue balls? And it became blue balls all weekend. I bought one for Kumi. Kumi bought me some blue balls. It was great. It's got like curacao, some rum, banana. It didn't taste like banana though.
I'm finding the actual recipe. Just give me a couple minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of balls, do you think anyone hooked up at Vegas? Whether it be like
besides with their partner of choice they brought with them?
Their partner, or maybe, something that's legal in Vegas that may not, or Nevada that may not be legal in the rest of the world?
It's not legal in Las Vegas, so
no. I said Nevada. So maybe, they took a little drive and
maybe one or two people.
A boy and came back a man.
Might be one or two people, but most people just stayed in Fremont. But there were a lot of different events. What's nice is that a lot of people usually find groups to be with. So we had like Ascii had their own house. Mm-hmm. Bastion did a movie breakfast.
What's funny, the running joke is that I hid in the Ascii house the entire time because not a lot of people outside of Ascii got to actually see me, and that's simply because Vicky's and Nerds and the Circa were the 3 places that everyone chose turned out to be the only 3 bars that had bouncers in the front that checked IDs.
Yeah,
everywhere else
you could not
in the Circa. So during the I believe it was during the merch handout when Hyper Viper was handing out all of the Vegas merch, I couldn't get in. Which was fine. And like that is something that I understood before going to Vegas. Like I understood that for the majority of the time I wouldn't be able to get into places, and I was okay with that because I still got to meet the people that I wanted to meet in the first place.
Yeah, I purposely came outside so I could give Mifune a hug.
Which was amazing. And that was great to meet Don. I wish Greg could have been there because being able to walk Fremont with Greg would have been fucking hilarious.
It really would have.
Now, was there anybody that you met that pleasantly surprised you? Like that you were kind of like, this guy is not like maybe the most amicable dude in game, but holy shit, is he a fucking charge hard and party?
Kunmi. I got to meet Kunmi on Fremont Street, and Kunmi is fucking hilarious.
Now, Mifune, I'm going to ask the same question. I'm going to ask the same question that I asked Kunmi. Are his lips kissable as they seem?
I don't know.
Yeah. Kumi does not look anything like his voice sounds.
Yes, he does not look at all like.
Was I wrong,
sounds.
Or was I was right, huh?
So what's really funny is like he puts his arm around my shoulder, and we're just chatting, and he's like, "You have no idea who I am, but do you?" And I'm like, "You're Kunmi. Of course I know who the fuck you are. I knew you as soon as I heard your voice."
Hi, Klexos.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm still stuck on the whole like Mifune is under 21 and therefore he cannot go into these establishments. Like,
It was only two places on the entire out of the entire place.
Out of the entire place.
No, really, but America, you can't get a pint right, and you don't let under 21s into your establishments.
No,
there are
Dirk,
you have all just had issues.
So
Dirk, hold on. 99% of the casinos in Vegas have families that go through them, so they allow under 21s to walk through the casino. But apparently Circa is 21 and up. They do not allow anybody under 21 to stay there.
The reason they do that is because it's a business model that a lot of the higher end casinos are starting to kind of move into.
It keeps the riffraff out.
Well, it keeps the riffraff. Not only does it keep the riffraff out, but it also enables them to just, a waitress. They can hire a waitress, and that waitress could just walk around the casino floor with martinis. Everybody's seen it in the movies. They do it in all the casinos, and they do it in the new casinos, right? Like, that's why, so that they don't have to sit there and ID you 24/7 when you're trying to buy a drink. How old do you have
to be to see titties in Vegas?
18.
Well,
you can be honest. So most of them are 21 and up because they make a lot of money off alcohol. There's like only a handful that are 18 and up.
We need to turn Klexos up.
And regardless, as it turns out, hey, you're all just kind of fucked with your what can people do at what ages?
It'll be
kind
fine.
Of arguments.
It's not hurting you, Dirk. So
you can't even get a proper pint measurement.
Yes, we can argue this.
It's a brewer's pint.
We can argue this for many years that America is incredibly dumb with their laws. But anyway,
the American pint is a prohibition pint, Greg.
Do we want to move on?
Let's move on from that, please.
Do we want to move on to some pictures of Vegas?
Show some pictures. Now, one fun thing that he's gonna pull up pictures. That's the Ascii house, right?
This is the Ascii house. This was the picture we took on day one with some of the merch that we got in Ascii. Everybody got their own personalized merch, which was absolutely fantastic.
Okay, now which one's Klexos?
Klexos is right here, short guy. This guy.
I'm like leaning forward a little bit in that picture too.
You're short, Klexos. Admit it, Klexos. You're short. He is a short one. Do you have?
Looks like the slightly normal one.
Do you have the video?
Who's Kazium Tanzanite?
He wasn't there yet.
Kaz was in. This was
late that night.
This was early the first day when.
No, you're not paying attention. Who's Kazium Tanzanite?
Oh, he's in court. He's in Ascii. He's one of.
You want me to drag him down?
Yeah.
He
wanted to. I asked the Ascii guys who from Vegas wanted to come in.
Hey, Kaz.
What's up, Kaz?
I know Kazanir was there too, but.
I am not Kazanir.
I know you're not Kazanir.
My camera doesn't want to focus now. There we go. Anyway, but this was day one at the Ascii house. It was kind of fun. We kind of revealed the banner, and you know what? Before I continue, I should probably grab some of the merch things so I can show them close-ups.
Did you get any of the pictures from like the pool or the dinner?
Yeah, I got a few. There's a few in there. And I can obviously pull more later, but give me 1 second.
Oh, who designed that banner? Because that's pretty fucking awesome.
That was Heinrich 9000. He's the big muscly guy wearing the Goonbee shirt, fourth from the left.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of assuming that Major Sniper is directly in the middle.
Nope, he wasn't there yet either.
Nope.
Major Sniper did not look like anything I thought he would.
So everybody you
see
in this
He's this tall,
picture,
skinny guy with long hair and a beard.
Yeah, so everybody you see in this picture arrived at the Las Vegas airport within like 30 minutes.
15 minutes of each other. It's ridiculous. Like, we all met up in a bar on some people met in a bar at the airport. And then some of us met at baggage claim, and we just kind of started splitting in the groups and going places. And then we all met. So the thing was, in the Ascii house, we all got to a restaurant for lunch because we were all starving.
Yard House.
Yeah, Yard House it was. And Heinrich was already there. And Heinrich ordered a mimosa. And so then Klexos ordered a mimosa. And then Arsig ordered a mimosa. No, but that's the thing. It was just
weak as shit.
So here's the thing.
And then you're gonna water it down with orange juice.
Wait a second.
It was a lighthearted
Triglavian implants at this bar.
It was a
Mimi say.
That's a good one. God damn it, Greg. That's a good one. But basically it became our like pre-morning, like almost how you would drink pre-workout. That was our pre-morning
the pre-drinks.
drinking, right?
Wait
so
a
like
second.
every
How the fuck do you drink pre-workout?
No,
what kind of
that's
shitty workout are you doing?
It's pre-workout. Have you never had like the
you
drinkable
take
pre?
shakes and
Yeah,
stuff for
you
pre-workout.
take like the powder and you put it in
you
water.
meant like drink alcohol before you work out.
No. The whole I was making
You weren't drinking alcohol, of course, Mifune. Were you?
No, I was not. But we so every morning we would literally just make eggs, bacon, and mimosas. Right? It was hilarious. So that's
fucking
the first thing.
Americans and their weird fucking breakfasts.
Yes.
No, full English with a Bloody Mary.
That's the new world for a reason.
Right. Anyway,
they did Bloody Marys. They put bacon in and they did all that jazz. I mean, the mimosas were just a hangover cure. They're hair of the dog. That's all.
Arsig came in clutch with those mimosas.
Oh, he did, because Arsig made the best ones. So this is a picture of
Caesar.
This is a picture of all of the Ascii merch. All of it.
Can you make it like much larger?
Yeah.
Zarin, it sounds like you need to tell Dawn how to make a bloody Caesar at this point.
So there goes the merch. So we all got lanyards with our character names on it, our status in the corp, as well as QR codes to the Ascii recruitment website.
Hold on, put that QR code up much closer. Let me scan this.
Does your status in the corp list fluffer?
It
oh my God, Greg.
Yeah, but it should.
So good. It goes to the Ascii recruitment website, which is lit. Because these were actually really well made.
Are those those are. Oh, I did end up with an Ascii B
yes,
sticker
the stickers.
At one point.
So we literally
I ended up wearing it the whole night and did not really pay attention to it.
So we got pictures. We got pictures of those later. But we had so many fucking stickers, and we just stuck them everywhere.
Down.
Like we stuck one on a pole in Fremont, and we kept sticking it to each other's backs. I think somebody at some point tried to stick one to my ass while we were walking on the bar crawl.
One ended up on the nipple of
yeah. The bar crawl lasted about 10 steps for me, and I said, I've been drinking since 3 in the afternoon. I don't want to walk down this really loud street. I'm going back inside. So I went back inside and waited for everybody to come back.
We got t-shirts, we got shot glasses, we had little Ascii business cards, we had posters.
So what I want to ask is, what was everybody's favorite moment of the weekend?
Oh God, for the Ascii house?
Let's go with Klexos or Kaz.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if I can talk about it.
Okay, well,
Switch to yours.
The nerd.
The nerds.
The thing that happened in the nerd.
The mechanical,
the
mechanical bull that's not a bull. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that thing, which was fantastic. I couldn't go in. We stood outside for a while, but I saw the videos the next morning, and that was great.
See, this is kind of what gets me about Vegas. Like, you can stick a weird sticker to Mifune's ass, but he can't go in a club to ride a mechanical bull that isn't a bull.
We're not going on to the extent of how U.S. laws are fucked up. We know they're fucked up. Get over it.
I'm just like, I honestly feel like you missed out.
I'm not. I know. I missed out, and I missed out, and I knew I was gonna miss out, and I already said that I knew I was gonna miss out from the day I bought my plane ticket. But that's okay, because I'm okay with missing out on a few things.
On that front of not missing out, what went on with the Ascii shot glasses that were in that last picture before we move on?
So we took
there
shots. There
was some shot glasses there.
What do you think we did with them? They're Ascii shot glasses.
Are they actually Ascii shot glasses? Or
yeah,
they have the Ascii logo on it, and our recruitment website, and the fact that it says Ascii Vegas 2021.
Mechanical pen is out.
I assure you, I did shots out of those. They have the Ascendance logo on them.
So this was our picture from the corp dinner. And what was great about the corp dinner is we were... What?
That's not there it is.
Yeah.
An update.
Yeah. Because Twitch delay, fun things. But anyway, what was fun about the corp dinner was I think it was the day before, right? Day before we were just chilling in the Ascii house and we found out that a couple of CCP devs came to Vegas. And so I was like, you know what? Like I should just DM them and ask them if they want to come to the corp dinner. Cuz why not, right? So
because reservations mean nothing here.
Well, that's the thing. We had reservations and we had it so that like each person, we had enough food for each person, and we had a couple people that couldn't come from the UK thing and the travel ban, so we had a few extra tickets. It's
GoldenEye's the one who set it all up, and he baked some last minute plus ones into the equation, as well as there were others that, like, for instance, my wife didn't end up making it to Vegas, so we had an extra seat because I paid for her obviously, which all contributes to an extra seat. But I think ultimately we had like seats for like 40 people or something like that, and they were all filled.
Yeah, we had. I think there was like maybe one empty seat, but Major was standing up for the most of the time anyway, so it was probably his. But we got CCP Ice Cream, CCP Aurora, and CCP Nocturne to come to dinner with us, and then Uber with us to the bar crawl after the corp dinner. So it was really awesome to have them there. Like it was quite amazing to sit down, have dinner with them, talk about Eve, talk about their interests.
I just have to ask, why'd you pick a picture with me looking so, like, bad?
This is literally, like, one of the 40 pictures from the corp dinner, alright? Like,
nice.
You think I don't look terrible? You think I don't look terrible, Colexis? I look like shit in 90% of these.
Now, the best thing that I think CCP got to do was one of the attendees, I'm pretty sure I know which one, but I don't want to say it without knowing for sure, brought their firearms and took CCP out to the desert to go target shooting.
I think it was somebody that was local or drove to Vegas, but yeah, I saw the pictures. It looked like they had a really good time.
It was definitely not someone local.
So the next one
it was definitely not.
So the next one is a bit of a Twitter video, and this is a little bit of a brag, but Ascii got some extra stuff for those of us who lost ships during the Battle of M2.
Fuck you!
Oh, I love that video.
And
like, mine is the banner
for it. Did you guys get ship models?
Yes, we got ship
with
models.
With your name on it?
And I have
the best one.
I have one.
Fuck
and
you.
It
Just
was
wait,
tagged.
It gets better.
It was tagged by all 3 CCP devs as well as the official.
That's fucking hilarious. But it's military crap.
Sorry, I had to mute the audio because it's like loud as fuck. But
it's mine.
Oh my god, they got nervous.
We got models. Major got a Keep Star model.
You got a Thanatos?
I did indeed.
Sniper got a Keep Star.
Sniper got a Keep Star because we lost. Ascii lost a Keep Star during
That's
the
bullshit.
The White Tech 2
during the White Tech 2 Keep Star. So Major got a Keep Star. And then I have right here the Thanatos model. It's lovely. And it sits on my desk right underneath the Swarm banner back there.
So really I don't know if you've tried it yet, but if you take the coin that we made in the pouch and you put it in between the ship model and the base, it actually fits perfectly and kind of mounts to it.
Does it now? I'm gonna have to try that out. I see. Honestly, I haven't unpacked my suitcase most of the time.
I can't believe.
Oh, do you have the coin?
Show
the coin.
You know what? Let me try and find the coin in the bag. Give me a second, because I have to go open my bags that I haven't unpacked yet. For that.
Okay, while you're doing that, we had a really, just as you can hear, everyone, if you watched Tuesday night, a lot of us that hung out with non-Imperiums had a lot of fun doing stuff. We did some dinners. We hung out at the pool for like 8 hours drinking margaritas and Long Islands, and they have these like freezy pop alcohols. Like it's as if you were eating like the $1 freezy pops as a kid, only it's now like tequila and stuff inside. And
are you talking about the ones off Fremont?
Well, we were up at the
Stadium
pool,
Swim, right?
No, we were at the Plaza pool because there was like nobody there, and the bartender there could make a really good margarita. He was very good at it. So
the bartender.
Also
margaritas.
Here's some awesome coffee beans that Kaz got me because he's awesome that I totally forgot to unpack.
We don't want to see the coffee beans, man.
Yeah,
it was so pleb. It was a tiny pool, but we weren't swimming. We were just sitting in the warm tub. It was not a hot tub. It was a warm tub.
Now, Mifune, they may be magic coffee beans, so I would suggest taking 2 or 3 of them and planting them in your backyard.
So speaking of warm pools,
here goes the Ascii coin. It was the coin for participating in World War B. I believe these were printed before we renamed the war, which is why it says World War B on it. But it's got a Keep Star model, a bee, and flames all behind it. And this is actually kind of sick, and I just threw it across my desk because I'm an idiot. We also got an Ascii Pin. Yes, because I am a terrible hand model. We also have an Ascii Pin, which is great. And then here goes a photo of everybody's ship models and a special plaque that we made for Kil Kadar for being one of the best IA officers ever in Ascii.
Can we zoom in on the fainting goat?
Oh yeah. We got one for the fainting goat. We got one for the fainting goat for.
What is that?
So the GoldenEye, as far as I know, the story was that like he was one of the first to pass out in previous Vegas years or something like that.
No, it was at the Madison meet.
It was at the Madison meet. Okay, he like passed out, and so who gave him that nickname?
Did they break the ship model
on purpose? It's on purpose. It's a inside joke with the Corp.
Dear Lord.
I think Merc and Mittens.
Merc and Mittens gave him that one. Yeah. So he's known as our fainting goat, GoldenEye. But these are all the ship models and the Kil Kadar plaque, which was really fucking awesome.
Well, it looks fantastic. Now, I will say there is a meet coming up in January. There's a bunch of meets actually coming up in Darius months. I just know the one that I'm going to. So if you want to meet me or Ragnar, I will be the one in January in DC. And it's just going to be a weekend of having fun.
I distinctly remember you telling me you were at Vicky's bar at one point. I went there and I talked to like every group there and I never found you.
Depends on what time. I left usually about like 11:30 or so because like I was being a giant baby.
Yeah, no. Whenever what was I messaged you and you said you were there? I was there like 10 minutes later.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remember being cross-eyed all Friday night. In that, like, have you ever gotten so drunk that like you're completely coherent? You know what's going on, but you stare at something and you see two of them. And it's like two distinct ones, and you can't get the images to go together.
See,
I could not. Binocular vision was not happening.
I want to mention Brisk. You know what is sad? You know it's sad, Brisk? I turned 21 2.5 weeks after the DC meet.
It'll be okay, my friend. You'll be 21 at some point, and then you'll be over 21 for the rest of your
life. I know, right?
It'll be okay. You'll get to go to stuff.
This is a picture that we have of us giving Kil his plaque for being just such an amazing IA officer. He's a great guy. He is really great. Like he goes through so many IA checks every day. It's ridiculous.
And he's been doing it for years.
Mm-hmm. And then, hey, here goes me and Kalexos talking to CCP Aurora about whatever. I can't even remember what the hell we were talking about. But we were talking to CCP Aurora about stuff. These are all Major's picks, by the way. The next couple few, these are all picks that Major took because he's a professional photographer. This one is great of Merc and Brisk staring at Major right into the fucking camera. And I think it's funny because if you look at Merc's face, he's absolutely blasted, and it's hilarious.
No, he's just been what did we decide? Weed whacking?
Yeah, weed whacking, and it's funny because he I'm not sure if he'll remember this. No, I'm not sure if he'll remember this, but during the Fremont crawl, Merc walks up to me just randomly, and he's got this huge smile on his face, and he puts his hand around my back, and he's like, hey, and I'm like, hey, Merc, how's it going? And he goes, it's going good, right? And I'm like, you go a little bit weed whacking there? And he's like, yeah, maybe. And then he starts walking away, and he just starts cracking his ass off. Like, he's laughing his fucking ass off while walking away. And I'm just sitting there like, what the fuck just happened?
See, all that's happening in that picture is that Merc is sketched out to fuck. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, he's just whoever is taking that picture is really sketchy. That's all that's happening now with Merc.
That's major.
You know, there's nothing else.
This is a picture of Hyper Viper.
Probably also weed whacking to hell.
Weed whacking to absolute hell. This was Heinrich and Logan giving Major his keep star.
See, Major's the one on the left.
Yes, Major is this guy.
That's Heinrich's the one in the middle, and Logan is the one on the right. Logan's actually the one who made the models, and he'd been working on it for apparently a couple months. A lot of trial and error.
Well, I was looking at those. Did you, Clexus, did you see the 3D model deposit?
I didn't, but I was talking to Logan, and he said just the Nix alone took him almost 24 hours to print.
Yeah, no, like
and
that
shit. And the Keepstar, like almost a week.
Yeah,
that shit takes forever.
He said that the Keepstar took as long to print as it takes to anchor one.
3D printing is, especially like kind of hobbyist 3D printing. That's an effort for sure. You guys should feel super just.
Yeah, no, Logan did an amazing
job.
He really did.
Like, we're super grateful because not only did he do that, but he did a lot like at the house itself. Like, you know, we cook dinner at the house on a regular basis, and like, you know, we did burgers and hot dogs, we did pasta, but he came through and was like, no, we're doing steak and lobster, like a full feast.
Yeah, and I liked it so much. I was like, I'll buy the stuff if you'll do it again, and we did it again on Sunday.
On our last day there, we were like, Kazim was supposed to cook, and he's like, that steak and lobster was fucking delicious, and so it was him, Logan, his wife, and they all worked together and they made the steak and the lobster again. And
no, Major came in while I was trying. Yeah, I was trying to cut it, and we were having knife issues the whole week. Like, we couldn't get a good knife, and I'm trying to cut through this strip one that I bought, because why buy 20 separate steaks when you know you need 20 steaks anyway? So I'm trying to cut this thing up, and I'm not getting it on the first go. He's like, "Why are you cutting this like it's a hacksaw?" Jeez. And he took over and like just did them in like 5 minutes. It was insane. He knocked those steaks out fast.
And then I have this picture. I don't know where this was, but we've put ASCII stickers.
That's the bathroom at the Nerd Bar.
Everywhere. Like, I guarantee
you vandals.
If you go to Vegas.
Yeah, if you go to Vegas, find those.
Find the ASCII.
Yeah, in the tentacle room, somebody's stickers.
Mifune will send you a picture of
They'll give you if you find them, Mifune will give you a skin.
Whoa, what skin? Whoa, I don't have any skins. What you talking about?
So there was a large painting of very scandalous, like, animated women in one of the rooms at the Nerd Bar, and somebody sticker slapped an ASCII sticker over the nipple of one of them.
You're not supposed to tell them that.
Now, did anyone leave Vegas with any tattoos or piercings? Because
I'm aware of.
I was supposed to get a Fat B tattoo, ended up not getting it because of budget.
I was gonna get a fat. Like, the thing is that my
hold on, Mifune. I think Dirk knows of one.
No. Aris Antalari of Karmafleet did in fact get a Vegas tattoo of a Fat Bee. I will try and find the picture of it real quick. But it's really nice and clean. If I can throw it to Mifune in the next couple minutes, we'll get it thrown up. But for sure, you know, there was at least one goon who left Vegas with a new Fat Bee tattoo, and then it actually looks really great.
We have this lovely quick picture of ASCII and Bastion going to see the Dune movie.
So Bastion hosted a dinner. Or a lunch, it was like a brunch lunch, right? It was a private viewing, so they had the whole theater to themselves to watch the movie.
Is Carneros as delightful in person as he is here?
He is. Oh my god! So
he's the nicest person ever.
When I met Carneros, when I met Carneros, it didn't look like Carneros at first, like at all. So like next thing you know, we walk into the movie theater and Carneros and his guys are like eating their breakfast, and all I hear is "Hi, Mifune," and it's Carneros, and I'm like, I had to like almost squint my eyes for a minute because I was like, who is that? And then I'm like, oh shit, it's Carneros. But that was always fun with Bastion. It was really nice to see them all, and I'm gonna get the picture from Dirk here in a second. But I also have a picture.
We should move into our topic soon. So.
This is the final picture I'm gonna leave you guys with. This is Ascii.
Okay. Whoa, and
it's not the final picture.
Not the second to final picture. Of all of us Ascii guys chilling in the pool.
My eyes are entirely closed in that picture.
Look how pale, white, and pasty almost all of you are.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. All right, so here goes the picture that Dirk sent me. So that is fucking awesome.
That is a pretty good bead.
The
guy did pretty dang good.
That's like
he did pretty good.
Who got
clean
that?
as fuck.
I like it.
So that's.
Though the wings really should have been out of the yellow instead of white.
Well, no. White. Anybody who has a white tattoo knows that white does not fucking stay.
That'll come out very quickly anyway. Yellow doesn't stay very well.
The yellow doesn't stay very well either, but it's better than fucking white. And any person with a tattoo will tell you that.
I will drop. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's Aris Antilare from Karma Fleet. Dude is just generally a fantastic guy. He spent $270 on that
for a tattoo that large. That is not bad.
That was like yeah. He called around, but it was basically a walk-in, and about 3 hours, I think he suggested it was. So like in terms of time to cost ratio and how clean it is, it's just nice.
Yeah, that's a good piece for $270.
It's a really nice piece.
That is incredibly. I'm surprised that it was that cheap. Like
now, if your tramp stamp works out that good, Mifune, I'm gonna be really impressed.
It's not gonna be a tramp stamp.
You should maybe leave the bee's mouth open a little bit though.
Oh, it's going to the back right shoulder. That's the plan.
Who's our when we finally do this charity stream? What's the charity that we chose?
Able Gamers.
Able Gamers.
Able Gamers. If we can get $100,000 donation to Able Gamers, I will get a Mifune Sword God's face tattooed on
dear Lord.
On the small of my back.
That's a challenge. I doubt we'll get that high.
$100,000 to Able Gamers.
Not yen or anything.
No, dollars.
Is it Canadian dollars or American dollars?
US dollars, because most of you people are Americans.
Greg, you forget how some of the people are in this game. People, some
fine.
people right now
I'll get a Mifune Sword God tramp stamp.
I'll hold you to it. But
$100,000 to American or Able Gamers, and
clip that. Whoever is watching, clip that.
And I will get a Mifune Sword
It'll be
God
on YouTube forever.
Tramp stamp.
Now, Clark says, Kazium, you can stay as long as you want, obviously, on that, or if you have anything else you want to add. But
Pleb's got us with the clip.
Where's your camera roll, Don?
No.
Or is it stuff that we're not really allowed to show on Twitch because of TOS? It's probably really dark, dirty stuff, isn't it, Darth?
Okay, anyways. So there's some news this week. We've had a couple things happen this week besides Vegas. Yes, I'm going to ignore you, Greg. Well, today there was a quick blurb today. A Revenant and a Vendetta died this afternoon. And the way it died, apparently, according to the pilot, he was going to help some of his supposed friends in Losec to do some hyper super hunting, to hunt some other supers, when in fact he was the target and he didn't know it. and they AWACSed him and killed him. So
wait, what? Was it like was it a hit, like a sanction hit, or was it like somebody AWACSing?
So it's kind of like they knew they were gonna AWACS him, right? And when they to get him to come out. The only thing I can guess was that he was in a POS because he was like what was he docked up in, like a Keepstar or something?
I don't know.
Because like
I don't know where it was at.
Basically, this guy had his super safe or whatever, like his faction super safe, and they said, "Hey, we baited this so and so fucking capital to jump to us. Come kill it." And then they were like, "Okay, cool. I'll get in my Vendetta and my Revenant." So they get in their Vendetta and Revenant. They undock. They go to kill the thing, and next thing you know, they realized, "Oh shit! I'm really the AWAC. It's an AWACS target, right?" Because they AWACSed his ass.
Kind of like Joe Pesci in Goodfellas when he walks in to get made, right?
Yep. Now, the addition to the story is this pilot is the one who lost a Moloch and a Vanquisher 3 weeks earlier. And now he just needs to lose.
No. Hold on. This guy had a Moloch, a Vanquisher, a Vendetta, and a Revenant.
And lost all of them in under a month.
So either I need to know if he plexed all of that shit, or did he actually do the ISK grind for all of those over years? I need to know, because that's way too many faction capital ships to own by one character.
I don't know, but I just thought it was an interesting kill today. Like, I do want to ask though, do you think that you guys could ever get caught like that? Do you think that you would ever answer the call of somebody being like, "Oh, we caught a super, come up and help us kill it"?
I would like to direct everyone at that point to just go watch Jay Amazingness's old video of today my Revenant died. And that's when you know to not use your faction capitals as memes.
Even still, that's a very great video. Like, that's just
in terms of
Eve videos,
it is a great
that's
video.
up there.
It's a fantastic video, but still, it's an example of what not to do when you own a faction capital.
I mean, you have your own fun with your ship, but it was just a big loss recently, and kind of interesting how it died. So, all right. So that was one of the big things that happened this week. We'll see if any more information comes to light, and we'll keep you updated. The patch hit today for the Halloween event, which goes till November 9th. It's the Crimson Harvest special that they have every year, and they usually do something different each year with it. And this year, the advanced sites are in Delve. So maybe our wooing of CCP at Vegas is actually paying off finally. You tell them, Kat.
They just had to give us something after watching the entire galaxy rail on us for, a year and a bit. We got pounded on, and so we have to get some sort of cheap fun back, right?
I mean, it's just the advanced sites, so there's still regular sites all around New Eden, so but I hear some people doing them. They've also brought back the increased loot drops. So if you die, instead of losing roughly about 50%, give or take, it's kind of random. Now you have a guaranteed 90% drop.
It's not a guaranteed 90%. It averages to 90%.
Oh, okay.
But like previously, CCP have done events where you had 100% loot drop. They talked about tweaking some of that, and evidently they've worked on that coding a little bit. So
last Halloween was 100%.
The CCP have done 100% a couple of times now, but they've managed to tweak it so that it averages out to a 90% loot drop now. So like, you still might get a terrible drop from a
Oh,
PvP
and those
kill.
supers that died would have had a 90% drop rate.
But yeah, like
Oh.
you
So
might.
Purple is on that.
The fun thing is that if it averages out to a 90%, you could like kill a really blingy ship,
like the 35 billionist pilgrim that died recently,
like that, and get like a 99% loot drop.
potentially.
That's part of the thing, right? So like you might get a fantastic loot drop. You might get not so great, but for the next week, I think it is. I think it's a week. You get an average of a 90% PvP loot drop.
So I just looked over those 2 kills, right? The Revenant and the Vendetta, and almost every single module, including almost every single officer module, dropped.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Planning.
So just doing a quick skim over it, it looks like it only didn't drop like 1 officer neutralizer or energy neutralizer.
What are the good modules on that? Just as a question.
Shoot, you've got like a full set of Kelm's like smart bombs, heavy energy neutralizers, Estimel's cloaking device, Cormac's prop mod, officer drone. Dude, these things are Mace Windu'd out like hardcore. And from what I'm seeing,
can you throw some links into an INN channel so that we can? Are they in chat for people?
Yeah, they're in the chat.
Yeah. I put them in the chat. But yeah, no, these things are like straight up like if they're not X type, if they're not able to be like fully purple, it's X types as substitutes, including a lot of officer mod refits that dropped. I'm looking at say 1 kinetic armor hardener, Cormac's kinetic armor hardener that didn't drop. Explosive energized membrane, an explosive armor hardener. So a couple of cheap officer armor hardener modules and a heavy neutralizer that didn't drop.
These are big. Wow.
Yeah. As you were talking about it, I was looking through it because you had mentioned some of the loot, and I was like, I wonder
yeah, it didn't hit me that was like perfect timing and or on purpose.
I mean,
like to wait till
that is a straight loot pinata.
That's
like,
pretty good, actually.
As you can ever hope to get.
Yeah. That Vendetta, 72 billion ISK according to Seakill.
Oh, and it's definitely more than that because the ships don't trade, so you can't see the true value.
No. That's dropped modules. That's not even including the abyssals, but like 72 billion ISK
in the Revenant is almost 130, so you could just round it to say 200 billion ISK and just modules dropped.
And that's straight modules. That's without abyssals. That's without the whole value and all the rest of it.
Now, is this person's friendship that they ruined? Is it worth all that much ISK? Because I got asked by a friend to come over and help out with this, so clearly someone fucked him in the butt.
Is this like a Jinja Flame like friend moment, or is it like
I don't know.
friends? Do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, if somebody else, if somebody random comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you want to sort out getting on some crazy kills?"
Someone gave bits to the kitty. May, you just made
I'll talk to them.
10 bits. That's what, 10 cents?
I don't know what bits are equivalent to. I mean,
I think 100 bits is $1.
It's an American conversion rate, so who the fuck cares anyway?
It's like a brewer's pint.
Yeah, exactly. It's a prohibition pint in terms of
a penny,
bit conversion.
That loot drop just didn't hit until we were talking about the Halloween event, but that is incredible how much dropped.
Oh yeah, definitely. Okay,
it dropped
so
every bit of isotopes in its fuel bay dropped.
And a nester.
They
got a nester out of that.
Come on,
too.
who doesn't?
I got a whole bunch of shit.
Who doesn't get a nester out of a fucking ship hanger though? If you don't have a nester in your super capital or Titan, then you're doing it wrong.
Bunch of Sabers, Arazu.
Sabers, a Razu, an Impel, a Devoter,
It would
another
really funny if there
fucking
was like an imp
Nester,
inside.
a
We forgot to take it
Pilgrim.
out.
An Occator and a yacht. Did you guys notice these are hyperspatial fit too?
Yeah, they're hyper supers. They're designed to like go in, kill something real quick, and warp out real quick before a response can get to them.
Yeah.
But apparently, he didn't do some pre-scouting before he died.
Debated.
Absolutely debated.
So the Halloween event's going on right now. Make sure to get your stuff. First day is like 15,000 skill points. So make sure to sign in to get your skill points. Free stuff. And then
what's with that thing where you gotta choose factions? I had no idea what's going on.
Yeah, so
it's irrelevant.
Can somebody
it's part of
click
the
free stuff
event.
thing?
Wait a
Part of the
second.
event. You can choose to either be with Blood Raiders or against them for the event and help them out with something, and that's as far as I got.
Irrelevant, kind of like the United Kingdom is today.
Okay, so
no, Greg. They've given us a bunch of Independence Days.
Look. The United Kingdom is never going to be irrelevant because we are part of your history. Damn
the loudest
you!
Island.
We are also very loud, and I will not let you take that away from me. I will be as loud as I fucking want here. Thank you very much. But overall, the choice in see, Greg, you get grabbed by your cat and you deserve it. But either all right. So point is, the side that you choose in this new event site for the next, I don't know, week or so, is that how long this lasts? It doesn't really matter. It's all about LP.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you get LP for one side or the other. I don't know
it says you don't get LP for one of the sides, apparently.
But either way, you can do both side sites. You just get LP for doing the agency shit within the event, is my understanding of it.
So is this something I gotta worry about? Yes or no?
I don't know. Are you planning on doing any of these sites?
Nah, is that like ratting?
Yeah, pretty much.
Definitely not, no.
Then no, you don't need to worry about it.
I'm a miner now.
Imagine giving a shit about ratting.
Yeah, Greg has learned how to mine. Now, speaking of ratting and mining, mostly ratting, let's talk about the interesting thing that also came out with the patch today. That I feel more and more vindicated every day on my opinions of this, is the new CCP crab sites have been out for 2 weeks? A week? 2 weeks?
A week. A week and a bit. They went live like almost 10 days ago.
Yeah. Week and a bit, right? These crab sites came out. Our channel, as well as Push to Talk, have been criticizing them and how they were working on the test server, to which we received multiple times from different CSM reps saying that the test server's not equal to the real server, therefore any of our complaints from the test server won't apply, which was very encouraging. And so we're like, all right. So after a week of testing, if that, they made some adjustments and then released it into the wild.
Oh no. We have to be very clear here because the crabs. Well, wow. I just realized what I was about to say there, and you know what? I'm gonna go with it anyway. The crabs were on CC for a solid
2 weeks?
nearly 3 weeks. There was a lot of time for players to test, and you know what? Players did test. Players tested galore. We threw an article out on the crabs about a week before they were launched to Tranquility on INN. That was done by Bar Ghost. He wrote that. He did a bunch of investigation and everything. As it turns out, the crabs got a lot of testing. The crabs got far more testing than, for
Any
example,
other change in a while?
Well, for example,
ESS?
I was gonna say CCP's scarcity changes, but we could go with the ESSs. Either way, they got a bunch of testing, and there were various bits of feedback that were produced, and they were basically ignored.
Yeah, and the feedback I read was fantastic, like really good feedback, and what they ended up putting out wasn't very good. I went and tested it after they changed it the first time, and it didn't fix everything. It didn't even fix half of it.
Yeah, and doing it after they fixed the first time, or the second time, or even the third time, not great. But Dawn, you were saying that we had this whole thing where it was tested and then it hit Tranquility. What happened after it hit Tranquility?
It hit Tranquility, and that's when they revealed all of the things that they didn't tell us or show us on CC that would have been probably good to know to be able to give our opinions and feedback, like the fact that you can only run 3 of these a day per character.
That was hinted at on CC, but yeah, would have been great to know. Got anything else?
Also, you can only run so many in a system at a time due to the influence. So you can't. You have to spread out with them. You can't run them all in one area, which isn't bad. I'm not going to knock them for that per se, because that's not a bad idea. But
trying to spread people out, fair.
That's okay. But they said that they buffed the amounts of for money drops on CC before they released it. Well, today they just had to buff it again by 20%. They also had to buff how often the mutaplasmids drop, because they don't drop enough to be worth it, apparently. And there was another thing. And they just declared something with them, an exploit that maybe they could have figured out in testing. I feel like this was just something they got overlooked.
So to talk about the exploit real quick, I want to point out just how fucking ambiguously it's been worded. I'll grab the
Actually,
link.
It's very clear.
No,
very easy to understand.
It's actually it's very
clear.
The exploit. No, what the exploit is the exploit is basically, and I haven't done it, but from what I read from CCP, what this exploit is people figuring out a way to deploy the crab modules in certain areas of space that prevent people from directly warping to them. Now, that's what the dev blog says, Dirk. Go and read it.
Okay. I have read it, and I want to point out that the exploit notification uses warp and jump interchangeably. These are 2 different mechanics within the game, and as a result, is the exploit that people can't jump to these things, or is the exploit that people can't warp to these things?
Actually, Dirk, it covers both.
The whole point is that
I got it. I'll explain it to him. If I miss it, you can go in. But basically, the exploit is people are dropping these in ESSs, as well as dead space sites and beacon sites that are dead space pockets, which do not allow you to warp to them directly. You always have to warp to the beacon first, and you can't warp around on grid. These people are putting these sites away from the beacon somewhere, so you can't warp to the crab beacon to try and tackle somebody. You always have to warp to the site's beacon, and then you can try and get to them, but then you have to slow boat. So that's the warp part. The jump part is that in a dead space pocket, you cannot sino. So no one can jump to you either. So both of them are covered in that you can't do either one in those pockets.
And I maintain that this announcement is, you have a very fair point in that, hey, yeah, you could do either of the two. But the announcement of the exploit in an attempt to make sure that people don't know what the exploit is is very ambiguously worded.
Okay, Derek, I'm going to stop you there, okay? Because this steps into my area of expertise in gaming, which is exploits and all that fun stuff, okay? What they're doing is they're not trying to say, hi, there's an exploit that we're going to hide behind curtains and hope you guys don't know how to do it. No, that's not what they're doing. What they're doing is they're saying there's an exploit. If you know about it, cool. Don't do it. If you don't know about it, cool. If you find out about it, don't do it. If you do, you're going to be held against the EOLA. They're not going to sit there in a dev blog and tell you what the exploit is because they don't want people to go and fucking repeat it. It's that simple.
They've also changed their wording, Bufune.
Well,
in the last 6 hours, they've changed their wording. They are specifically talking about warping to the crab rather than jumping to the crab, which, fair play to them. I applaud it.
I just find that the fact that there's this easy, like, a lot of people probably could have thought of this exploit, that they're now just going, oh, oops, like, just make it non-droppable in a dead space pocket.
Well, that's what it already is, I believe. The actual module is preventable from a dead space pocket. That's why this is an exploit. Non-intended. Not supposed to happen according to the code. That's what an exploit is. It's a vulnerability, right?
Yeah.
So the whole thing is that you need to give CC, like, I don't get why it's such a big criticism, okay? It's Eve. There's a lot of fucking mechanics that go into Eve. A shit ton of mechanics that go into Eve. A mega fucking shit ton, and we all know that. And what's even worse is that all of those mechanics can fuck with each other in a million different fucking ways. So when they introduce something new, like the crab beacon, there's bound to be something that's broken, and it's happened time and time again. There was the exploit bug with fucking drones and a rattlesnake, where you could go drop a drone and increase its damage by 10% and go kill a fucking titan with a rattlesnake and a gecko, right? There was exploits with the ESS when that first came out. There were exploits with fucking havens and sanctums before. It's nothing new. Get over it. It's being fixed. It is an exploit. Don't do it. You will be banned if you do. Simple as that.
Is it an Easter egg?
Sorry. Like, I don't understand. What's the big deal here? Like, Jesus Christ.
What's the difference between an exploit and an Easter egg?
Easter eggs are intended.
Oh.
I'm
actually gonna jump off. I just want to say appreciate you guys for having me on again. I'll catch y'all later.
You're welcome anytime, Klexos.
Good night, Klexos.
Always a pleasure.
Same thing. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good night.
You too, Kaz. Take it easy, bud.
But yeah, no, I'm with Mifune on this. I really do agree. You know, these are exploits for a reason. Don't use them. Don't interface with them. Just steer well clear.
Cheaters never win, and winners never cheat, guys.
And then the other thing is that people are out there claiming that, oh, CCP shouldn't fix this in the first place. That's game development. That's coding in general. Trust me, if you've ever tried to go code a script and you're going to get an error and you're going to be like, oh, I know how to fix this error. So you go and fix it and then it breaks something else. That's just gaming.
They didn't allow proper...
Oh, sorry.
Like, Chris,
no, it's not a matter. It's not a matter of proper testing. Okay, when it comes to the proper testing thing, that is something different. The proper testing thing is a separate issue where CCP didn't take the player feedback that was given to them from the CC test. The exploit is an unintended problem within the game mechanics that was not tested because it wasn't intended to be tested. We knew from the time it was on CC that it was not allowed in Dead Space. people went on CC and tried it in Dead Space, and it didn't work in Dead Space, right? So the whole thing that determines an exploit is that someone is quite literally purposefully doing something that breaks the game code and that allows them to be able to do that. They are doing something within EVE Online that makes the code go, I don't know, dude. So it just runs, because that's how code works. So it's not a matter of, we would have caught this exploit with more testing, because while that is true in some cases, that EVE is different in that aspect. Okay? No one could have foreseen it, and it shouldn't be held against CCP that this exploit was found after testing. Because shit like that happens in gaming all the time, and you guys know it.
Hey, Don. Don, you got an animal fact for us this week?
Sorry,
Sure
I did go on a rant, but it had a purpose.
Right. I know.
I've got a new intro. Hang on, a new intro for Don's animal.
I have an animal fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Don. Don Maria's animal fact of the week.
Why are you trumpeting? Seriously.
What? It was a cheap bugle.
It was cheap, that's for damn sure.
Give me an animal to...
What about an animal that an Eve ship is named after? What's that one? The hedge, or not the hedgehog. What's the other one?
Hedgehog. They got the leopard. They've got the osprey, hawks. Like a lot of Calaria birds.
What about the rattlesnake? Somebody mentioned a rattlesnake earlier. I heard. Don't they shed their rattles?
They do not, actually. So their rattles are every time that the rattlesnake sheds, they gain a bead on their rattle. So their rattle will get pretty long at some point.
Is there a limit to how long their rattles can get?
I think the end ones might break off, but no, there's technically no limit. If a snake could live forever, it would keep growing forever.
You pouring yourself a bourbon there, Don?
No, not at all.
God's like, no, not at all.
So what else happened this week?
Well,
did somebody do something?
Not the rest of the crab sites of the fact that they've had to buff them to try and make people run them.
I think some other things that happened this week on the side, I actually found something really cool. Some of me and my friends found a Skyrim mod that turns Skyrim into a multiplayer game. And we're currently playing through an entire run of The Elder Scrolls V together. And it's fucking fantastic.
You know, they have that, right?
What?
They already have the game called Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, but Elder Scrolls Online, like any Elder Scrolls fan will tell you that Skyrim is better than the online, because
I liked Oblivion, actually.
Oblivion was great. Like I'm saying,
it was terrible in some ways, but it was great in others.
All the single player releases of the Elder Scrolls are better than the Elder Scrolls Online. Like the Elder Scrolls Online, I personally haven't played it, but I've had my friends that have played it, and like I've been told to steer the fuck clear of it. So I have been, because I've heard it was kind of bad. But like playing actual Skyrim and like being able to get all the mods together and like have a server with, you know, everybody and play with your friends, and it goes up to like, I think it's up to 4 or 5 people. And it only works with like the special edition, but it's like really fucking cool to be able to go to Whiterun with a buddy of yours.
Yeah, a lot of people like Morrowind, but I never played it, so I don't know anything about it. I just played the shit ton of Oblivion one summer just because I didn't have internet that summer, so I needed something to do. The glitches in the game were great, but I actually have a meeting coming up, so I will need to go soon. So since this week's been kind of blah, kind of dead, everything else considered, we've already gone over a lot of the Eve Vegas stuff. Which, if you guys have questions or I missed you at Eve Vegas, or you want to go to the DC meet, definitely hit me up or hit Ragnar up on the DC meet part.
And then hopefully soon we'll be hitting up the Dallas meet. And that'll be fun because that'll be after my 21st birthday, and then we can all go to the bars.
Fune, we can put a link to the Discord, can't we? The Imperium Party Central Discord?
No, it's for Imperium members only.
Yeah, and we have more than just Imperium people that watch.
Yes.
Supposedly.
Supposedly. I go to Redline. Redline, you watched the latest episode of Theta? No.
Redline and I had
watches. He's there right now. I can see him.
No,
hey, Redline, what's up, buddy?
That's not the real
Redline. And I had a good time Sunday.
I gotta say, Redline.
We watched like Alaska Bush people. That's not the right Redline. He's always under New Eden Post when he's on Twitch.
But when I saw Redline on Fremont, right, we all get back to the Ascii house, and everyone is like, Redline does not look like who we thought he would look like. And I'm like, why? Like, I saw Redline like ages ago on cam, and like, how do you not expect him to look the way he does? Like, he looks exactly how he sounds.
Redline, I had a good time.
I enjoy Redline. He's funny. He's very funny.
He and I went to Cheesecake Factory together Sunday.
You went to Cheesecake Factory and didn't fucking call me?
No, because you had been like off on your own lonesome.
Whoa. All you had to do was call me and I would have been to Cheesecake Factory. I fucking love Cheesecake Factory.
We didn't plan on it. It was more of like we need to go eat somewhere. We were going to go back to the hotel, but we ended up going there instead.
Nothing at Vegas was like, after the Saturday night pub crawl part 2, everything else was just like not planned. Let's wing it. So you could have called me, Don, and I'm disappointed that you didn't. Because now you owe me Cheesecake Factory.
Sure, next time. All right, well, I've got a meeting starting, so I am going to have to go soon. So let's do final thoughts.
Do we want to hit up Dirk?
Dirk? He died. All right, Greg, final thoughts.
Okay, I can go. Don't forget, if somebody makes a single donation to Able Gamers of $100,000 I will get a tramp stamp of Mifune's face tattooed on me
with blue hair.
That's
the blue.
What? No. It's gonna be Mifune will have to pose for the photo.
It'll be like my in-game guy or something if you really want.
No, it's gonna be your real fucking face.
I'm too white for that.
Do you know that gotta have the blue hair?
It's gonna be your real face.
I'm too white for that. Like, I'm way too white for that.
Anyways, that's all I got. I love yous all. Thank you very much for coming this week. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a blast. Hope everyone enjoyed some shit. And we'll see you all next week.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.